Okay, YouTube, let's get ready for Trap Vision's 10th live of the day.
To become a watch enthusiast, start by setting a budget, learning basic watch terminology, exploring different brands and styles by visiting watch stores, trying on watches in person, and gradually building a collection with entry-level timepieces while focusing on aspects that interest you most, like design, history, or complications. Actively engage with the watch community online and in person to further your knowledge and appreciation for watches.
Okay. Yo! Yeah, that never gets old with me, man. That's my favorite part of that little intro, man. Time and sense is in the building, man. But we got the infamous Godfather up here, man. And today, Godfather, man, we're gonna take a trip down a watch memory lane for 2025. We're gonna have discussion. Anybody in the chat right now, feel free. I actually left a link for you guys to grab if you want to come up and share with us your most I guess desired pieces, your most collected pieces for this year, or even if you want to talk about your favorite over a period of time, that's all good. But we are talking watches in our collection, man. I haven't done this in a long time, Godfather.
Oh, you haven't, man.
I haven't done this in a long time, man. You know what I'm saying? You remember how I used to have to do that? Like, hey, man, who's next? You know what I'm saying? Like bringing the collectors up and everybody come and showcase, man. It feels like what was that show? No, matter of fact, you remember in school back in the day, you'll go to like for Christmas break, you'll come back, right? And I think it's like that next Monday, you'll have show and tell. So like the first of the year, you can bring your toys and stuff like that.
Yep.
So that's what this is. It's like you get to show and tell what you got. You know what I'm saying? Like proud of your collection and stuff like that. So it don't have to be from 2025. It could be from 1987 if it's something that you like. You want to show us what you got. Hey man, it's show and tell, man. So hey, before I even acknowledge anything, oh Lord, oh my gosh.
Who's trying to sneak up in here, man?
Ladies and gentlemen,
sneak up in here.
This is probably one of the most corrupt police officers this side of New York City. This man has a collection of 455,000 Invicta pieces, 2,045 Aragons, and then 1,095 miscellaneous pieces. Please help us welcome to the stage, Mr. J. Jones. How you doing, sir?
First and foremost, good evening, Godfather.
Good evening.
How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing very well, thank you. How about yourself?
Great, sir. Second and foremost, good evening, Mr. Trap.
What's up, bro? How you doing? I'm good, bro.
I told you I'm gonna be nice tonight.
You did. You said you was gonna be nice, bro. I appreciate you.
First and foremost, I don't have all the pieces that you say I have.
Oh,
I have a few.
Okay,
what's a few?
First of all, what is your definition of a few?
That many.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
I
had to take my glasses off on now. I was waiting for that answer. Whoo, Lord have mercy.
Godfather, it's over 5.
Now that's over 5 on the Invictus.
No,
and you got
that's with
over
everything.
5 on the Aragons.
No, that's with everything. With the Invicta, the
No.
Aragons.
Okay, wait a minute.
The Seikos.
800 is over 5. So
true.
The Seikos,
is
the
over
Citizens, 5. The Invictas, the Aragons, the what's that name? Oh goodness, the new one that Trap got me involved in, the
Tandorio.
Yeah. Tandorio. I got a few here and there. Plus some of the
Rado.
Huh?
No, there was a question already. It was what was our thoughts on Rado, and I'll tell you my thoughts on Rado. If I had to scratch for it right now, and I would have to have a lot of scratch. There's 2 pieces that I want from Rado right now. That Captain Cook, the one that you could build yourself, and then one of the ceramic pieces. Oh boy, yes sir. Okay, but wristwatch check
on the wrist. So let's get the wrist check.
Yes. So let's start with Godfather on his wrist check.
Okay. So today
Ooh.
I wore the Russian Diver Ghost Bridge.
Mhm.
See if we can get this thing in focus. There we go.
Ooh.
Yeah, I remember that
Father.
one.
That's why I can't mess with you guys.
Okay. This one has the seahorse in the crown. And then I'll show you the back. There you
Yeah, yeah,
go. Okay.
yeah.
That's what I had on my wrist today.
All right. And Jay Jones. Ooh.
All right. It's a vintage Stargazer automatic. That's what I have on my wrist today. With the, of course, with the blue.
Okay.
But that's what I had on my wrist today.
And
Little piece.
Yep.
yo, before I do my wrist check, man, this man has been a phenomenal support of this show. He has been my right-hand man. We're coming up here, man. You guys think he's not paying attention to the chat, but he's actually looking on his computer, man. Has one of the dopest collections in the field. And he was a big-time wrestler back in the day, man. WWE owes this man a lot of royalties, man. So please welcome to the stage, my man, Ripsaw Joe, aka Kevin Nash.
How's it going,
What's up,
guys?
bro?
What's going on, man?
How we doing?
Doing
Yeah.
very well, man. How about yourself?
That's Big Sexy.
That's Big Sexy right there.
Yeah.
How you doing, bro?
Is it? Yeah, man. Hold on.
Uh-oh, he can't hear.
Trap, I could leave now. Big Sexy's in the house.
Oh, he fell out. Okay, he'll be back.
Oh.
Wrist checking. I'm wearing a Zellos GT Carbon Eclipse. For the win, baby. Ben 10 for the win. We're going to get into that today, man.
I thought you were sending me that watch.
Who said what?
I thought you were sending me that watch.
Sending you what watch?
So look,
When you got on
you
your
were
wrist.
dreaming, then we smacked you and woke your ass
Right.
up.
Wake up, sir. Come on now. Woo! I had to do it 2 times. That man said, what? You talking about in
What we got
here?
in the chat right now.
You talking about in? Oh, we're gonna get into that later. We're gonna get into that. You know what I'm saying? Big Daddy Cool Diesel. All right, so let me welcome the chat in real quick, man. Who all do we got? We got Don. I saw Don Juan in there. Watchman 54 is in here.
Yep.
Vincent in here. The Pike. Time and Sense he was in this thing. I know he was like the first person in here.
Yep.
Rick B.
Got all the heavy hitters.
We
That's
got
why
some
I
heavy hitters in the chat, man.
Eric Mack, Big
Yeah, man.
Oscar.
Luciano. There you go.
I
He's
hit
back.
the
He's
wrong
back. The House of Egg is in there.
There's Big Sexy.
Ramon D.
Ramon, what's happening? What's happening? Everybody, man, do a wrist check in the chat, man. What's on there? And you guys, I tell you what, you can be a part of the chat if you like, or you can come up on stage. We just showcasing some watches that A, you bought this year, or B, you just happen to like. It could be something that that you constantly wear. You know, you can have your top 5, as Jay Jones would say. I got 5. I got above 5. My bad. I got 5 or more. This guy. So yeah, man. I want to actually start with Godfather. Godfather, have you been purchasing any watches this year?
Actually, the only watches that I purchased this year were the new Invicta pocket watches.
Oh, they got some new ones.
Yeah, stores had them for about $24. They're nice. They're not of, I would say, the Invicta styling that we're used to.
Right.
This is some of their old styling that they had back in the day. One of them. So.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, that's classic style.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, we saw them. Good, beautiful Godfather.
Oh
Yeah,
wow,
so
they went
had
back.
about,
They went back.
Yeah. So they had about 8 of them, with the different covers on them and stuff like that. And so I got all 8 of them. They were about $24. JTV had them, but JTV was running for 50. And I was like, Yeah, no, the stores had them. And the thing is, now, Trap, you remember in, I think it was 2020,
Mhm.
when AI was having his little panel in the theater, and he had all the
Right.
questions up there.
Yes.
And one of my questions were, will Invicta come back with the pocket watches, hunter type, which is basically this was a hunter type, has a cover on it, and different things like that. So they did come out with some, and they're very nice. But I was hoping that they will bring out a little bit better design.
Right.
While these are old style,
Mhm.
okay, I was looking at more of old style Invicta, and I wanted them to be pure mechanicals. These are quartz. The back on them is pressed back, so you can pop it open to change the battery. But I wanted something a little bit older. But these here are nice. These are about the only things that I bought this year. Looking at a S1 Diablo Dragon. They have it with the white band and they have it with the black band. The white band is out.
Right. I saw
But
that.
I want the black band because the black band has the rose gold on it and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was something that I saw, it caught my eye. And all right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, you got that dragon in there.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Well,
That's cool.
that's what I'm waiting. That one there, like I said, they have it in the white with a gold dragon. I don't want the white band. I want the black with the rose. But again, the white one, I think it's a little too pricey. They want like $299 for it, and you have the Chinese movement in there. What is it, the PS 21 something. I mean, nice movement and everything like that. But my honest opinion, not worth $299. Maybe $199. I can go in that ballpark for that particular device, but $299. You got to do a little bit more. If you made the case and everything titanium, then I go with the $299. Because you're giving something a little bit extra. So or throw a sapphire crystal in there, but when you just got the flame fusing crystal, Chinese movement, $299 is a little too high. But right now, that's on my radar. So when it does come out, I'll put it on my wish list. Keep an eye on the price. See if somebody comes up and got me a 50% coupon that I can use or something like that. Then I'll jump on it. But I've been eyeing other brands, other companies and stuff like that. I've seen stuff that I like. They haven't really smacked me in the face, but I do like them. So I put them on the list just to, feel for it and stuff, and wait to see. Let me see if this will smack me in the face later on.
Right. Question for Jay Jones: do you keep all your watches in rotation, or just wear the ones you like the most?
I do both.
Both. Okay.
But here's one I just got in today. Well, yesterday.
All right. Hold on.
It's a Venom Reserve. Venom Reserve. The Swiss Ronda in it. I
They got
figured
the what, the Z60 in it or what?
V66 Ronda, yes, sir.
Yep.
The Z60, okay.
So I got this yesterday, matter of fact. It's the only Invicta I ordered this year.
Really?
Yes, sir.
That's surprising.
It's only now. Wait a minute now. Here's one of my Aragons.
Semi silver and gold 2-carat. Ooh.
It's the C Charger.
Mm-hmm.
All right. The C. I love the bracelet because
that bike chain.
Bike chain bracelet, and you don't need anything to size it. You can unscrew it with your fingers.
Oh, because it got those larger bolts on it. Yeah,
yes,
in the bracelet.
With your fingers. So
yeah.
I got to see this is the Aragon, and it's titanium.
Oh, yeah.
It's titanium.
Yeah.
It's titanium. So
Let me
that's
see what
my
it's.
two newest pieces that I have received within the last week or so. I think Jay Jones is doing pretty good about not buying too many things.
Especially you slow down.
And of course, because of the big enabler on your other side there, Godfather.
Don't blame me, ladies and gentlemen, people across the planet. Let me just say something about that comment he just
Big
made.
enabler on your other
It's not
side,
me that's enabling him. The only reason Jay Jones is slowed down is because he bought mostly everything in their inventory.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the only. There's nothing left for you to buy.
Tandera.
Oh yeah, we're gonna talk about. I'm actually reviewing that one next week. Coming out next week.
What is that? Bandera?
Big enabler. That the big enabler talked me into getting.
I'm not trying to hear you. You call me. You call me.
Show me that again, Jay.
Just because you see something that somebody else has and you like it and you go out and buy it, doesn't mean they enabled you to buy it.
Godfather, wait a minute, Godfather. Let me tell you what happened now.
Oh,
he
Lord.
showed it. And I heard the price.
Huh.
I called him up. I said, excuse me, sir. You're talking about it. You said you talked about a couple things about the bracelet and stuff like that. What do you really think about this piece? I already had it in the cart. But
So he was gonna get it anyway. It's not me. Man. It's not me. No.
Jerry.
In the story.
Yes, sir.
Jerry, show that again. I didn't see a good look at that. Show that again.
Okay.
While you doing that, since I started collecting watches, I'm thinking about buying Citizen timepieces that goes from 1924 till 1990s. You know what? I think that'd be cool. And also, if you guys have yet to see the Boulevard, the 150 years of Boulevard, that is a story that you guys should be checking out. Man, it's phenomenal. Phenomenal story.
What brand is that?
That's Tandorio.
Tandorio?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I got a lot.
Looks like an Invicta or Aragon to me.
What did I call? This is a knockoff from the what's the name? Omega, you said?
Omega Seamaster. Yep. And that's the version that 007 wore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
With the blue, it has a blue dial, but it has a lining in the blue dial. I love it.
So I know there's some James Bond fans out here. I'm not good. I like James Bond. He's like one of my heroes, right? But I can't go in and tell you the movies and stuff like that. But I do know GoldenEye I think that was the first movie that it was a quartz that they used, a quartz Omega. And I actually saw not the watch that was used in that movie, but a rendition of it. It was really nice. I think it was like $1,800 at an AD locally.
Right.
So yeah. Hold on, let me go into this. Oh, I didn't do my wristwatch check. And right now, this right here, look at that. Spinnaker and Islander combo. I was just like, it was funny is I like this colorway and I forgot I got this jersey, right? So I was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and throw this on, man. And just for like a little history, I remember I bought this jersey the first time I took all my kids downtown Chicago. We took them to the Magnificent Mile so they could see all the stores, and they wanted to go to the Jordan store. And we left there and we went across the street to Champs. And this hat and this jersey was on clearance. This jersey was $2.40. The hat was $9. I was like, let me get both of those.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, are you serious? They said, well, it was a color that couldn't sell. I want it. I mean, hey, I'm not a Cubs fan, but I was like, hey, look, bro, I can get both of these for less than 20. Oh, let me get that.
And God forbid anybody watch the Magic, so and sneakers probably.
Oh, let me see. Hold up. Let me get you.
Hold on. Focus.
Back it up a little bit. Oh, what is that, Aragon?
Yeah, that's my watch of the day.
Okay.
Nice.
Is that Tenor Crystal?
Tenor Crystal?
No, but it's got the tritium tubes.
Okay. I like
Nice.
I like tritium tubes. I like the Aragons. Let's see. Ben 10 says
Listen,
I like
Wing, hey,
huh?
Big Sexy. Wing's been putting out some stuff, Big Sexy. He's been putting out some nice stuff.
I feel like to add a pocket watch to the collector
Is
is
to be baptized.
in the Holy Spirit of watch service.
Oh my gosh. Wow, bro. That is a comment, boy. God dog. Okay, I like that. I like that, man. House of X in the building. Is that a 12 speed? Stupid. Aragon is replacing Invicta. You know what? Invicta allowed themselves to be replaced, man.
You're right.
Yeah,
They just felt it. They let it go, man.
He said, how many? Jay Jones 500, man. Jay Jones, Jay Jones got a cool 10,000 watches in his collection. 20,000? Okay, all right, my bad.
He's way north of 500. That's for sure.
But it's innocent, LOL.
That's why,
wow.
That's why I sleep with my brother next to me.
And wait a minute, and then this dude talking about I can verify that statement. Get out of here, bro. Hey, everybody, hold up, man. Stop the presses. Everybody stop moving. Hold your breath, you know what I'm saying? Because this man is riding in on a white horse, you feel what I'm saying? This man has more watches than the president, you know what I'm saying? Like both present and past. This dude has a collection that is so secret, the Secret Service, man, don't even know where it's located at. You guys know him as the Long Ranger, but I call this man the Oracle, man, because he is the pinnacle. He's the apex. He's the zenith of watch collectors. Please, introducing Dave. What's going on?
Que pasa, Kimosabe?
Que pasa?
Oh boy! Wow! You know what? Let me say this. What's going on, Joe? I'm gonna talk to Joe first today. What's going on, Joe?
Same old, brother. How are you?
Not bad, man. Not bad. Jay
Glad to
Jones,
hear it.
Godfather, and the other guy next to you there, Godfather.
Well, hey, Dave, just in case you don't know, everything's happening in 6 weeks. Okay,
6 weeks.
6 weeks, man.
Okay, 6 weeks. Okay, all right.
Let's do it. May 25th. It's a Sunday.
May 25th. Okay.
May 25th.
All right.
Sunday.
Okay. If I can make it happen, I'm gonna make it happen. If not this one, try at least for the last one, because I know you're gonna have two.
I'm just letting you know so that you can't say, "What? Nobody told me." May 25th.
Yeah.
May 25th.
So,
Kimo, as usual, I bless the food right at 5 o'clock. So you can show up you show up after the blessing if you want to. You're gonna be cussed out.
I already know. God.
I'm trying to tell you, sir.
Kimo,
Ben 10.
Let me just say this right quick. I don't have a lot of time, so I just figure I come on here and show what I got, and then I'm gonna jump right off because I'm on my way somewhere.
All right.
This is what I got. This is my I picked up a Bowdairy, and so this is my Bowdairy.
Nice.
Nice, very nice.
That looked like a Rail Master. That thing nice.
Got an automatic?
Automatic.
Yep.
Let's the other side in.
Oh
There's
yeah.
a gold rotor on the back. If you can see it, I'm trying. Wait a minute. I'm all over the place here.
Go to your right. There you go.
Okay,
there you go. Right through the hole there. Yeah, we see it.
Yeah.
That man still got the plastic on it.
I do. I leave plastic. This was in a pretty inexpensive, under $200. has a 4 hertz movement in it, so that's pretty nice. Time is pretty accurate on it. Can't complain. Very minimalistic, but works well. Works well. Highly recommend that one.
Nice.
And I don't have. There's one that I don't have with me because I'm not at home, and I forgot to bring it with me. But I would say my latest purchase would be this one right here.
Oh wait, hold on, wait a minute. What we got here?
Ooh.
Oh, somebody shaking the table because you ain't tell me you had that. Oh, okay. I see what it is. I see what it. Oh, okay.
Nice.
Okay.
Very nice.
Okay. And then he changed the strap on it. Hey, I'm done, bro.
Put the cap.
Hey, that's what we doing now. I just got through talking to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, for real. That's what. Look, I showed the world that I had one, right? Everybody and their mama knew that I was getting this thing. It's your fault, y'all. Everybody in the building right now. Since we doing show and tell, I wouldn't have known about Zellos dropping this GT piece. Hey, that strap is crazy.
Yeah, that's nice.
If it wasn't for that guy. If it wasn't so since we doing that, man, since we doing some show and tell type of stuff, yeah, he go mine right here. Get that leather, you know what I'm saying? The leather. Yeah, the leather. Look, it's supple, baby. Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
And listen up. This guy treat me bad sometimes, Godfather. So sometimes I gotta get one over on him a little bit. Just a little bit.
That's why. Hey, wait a minute. Dave,
but
I call you
yeah.
Chemo. That's why I call you Chemo Sabe. Come on, man.
I say we living in a box.
I'm just throwing my hands up in the air, man. I'm just throwing my hands up in the air, man.
Hey, Ben 10 is on one, bro. Ben 10 is on one, bro.
But yeah, this is what I got for now, man. I just want to pop in right quick because if I told Trap about this watch later on, I don't want to hear it, man. I can't afford to hear it go off. So,
it's too late, bro. It's too late. It's too late. No, it's too late, man.
Hold on. But you got me on a piece that you didn't tell me about. You know that, right? That's why I got you back.
Hey, listen,
That's why I got you back.
Wow, bro. You know what I'm saying? We bringing up old stuff now? Are we bringing up old stuff now?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Wow, bro.
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh.
So, but I did say that I was getting the I told you I wanted the other one that they sold out on. But the only reason why I end up with this particular colorway was because after I thought about it, I said, you know what? I said I could do multiple straps for this particular colorway.
Right.
Just kind of throw it out there. Yeah. So that's why I end up with this one. So anyway, appreciate it, guys. I'm on the run.
All right, man.
Catch up to y'all later. All right, appreciate it. Later, everybody.
All right, bro. All right, catch you later, bro. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you.
No problem.
Ben 10. Let's see. He said, I realized this week that I should not add another watch to my collection because I have some heat that needs to be worn. And I will say that I saw your comment earlier, man. It is hard to rotate through watches, man. I'm gonna show you guys a couple of my pieces, man. My state of the collection, if you will. I want to stay on theme because I don't want nobody to click on the thing and be like, man, this is clickbait, man. They ain't even yeah. So we're doing it.
Before you do that, man, you got a super chat out there.
Oh, do it. Hold up. Wait a minute. Hold up. Wait.
Oscar.
Yeah.
We got a super chat, man. I wasn't even ready.
Ready.
Hold up. Since we got it, I mean, I haven't done this in such a long time, man. So let's get that super chat dance right now. Yeah. You get an extended version. Yeah. Damn, Oni, boy, I ain't done that in a minute. What's happening?
I don't know.
Hey, appreciate the super chat, man. Appreciate you, Godfather. How do you feel about the plastic crystals on Invicta pocket watches?
So that, I mean, I'm not too happy about the plastic crystals. That's why I wouldn't pay $50 for it on JTV, but $25 on stores. I was like, I can deal with that for the time being and stuff like that. Like I said, it's not of the quality that I would love, but one of my goals is to have 50 Invicta pocket watches. So the ones that I bought bring me up to 47. And yes, I hope that when they do bring out more pocket watches, they make it of a better quality. I don't have a problem spending the money, spending $200 on an Invicta pocket watch if it has that high quality. Give me the right movement. Give me a flame fusion or a sapphire crystal. You can throw a mineral crystal in there. Just make it glass. And like I said, I would prefer old school pocket watches. Okay, mechanical.
Yes, sir.
Because the fact that when you put a battery in a lot of these watches, just like this one, the new ones, the back is pressed on. So if you can't find the notch to pop off the back to change the battery, you have a paperweight.
Yep.
Some of these notches are very, very hard to find, and you got to be careful so that when you do pop it, you don't bend the back casing and everything like that.
Yep.
So the watches that Invicta had in the past, the backs would screw down. Either the whole back screwed or the Venom pocket watches, you actually have the screws
in the back. Yep.
And watch.
I think it's 8 screws, I believe.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
So that is what I would prefer. If they come out with more pocket watches, these cheapo. Well, as of right now, because I'm looking at it, I would say inexpensive. I haven't been playing with them too long to assess the quality. I haven't popped open the back so I can check the quality on the inside, to determine whether it's cheap or inexpensive. But right now, it's a good, inexpensive watch. And if somebody wanted to get into pocket watches, this would be a great start to say, hey, I'm going to get one just to see if I like it, if it's something that I want to continue to purchase and have in my collection, or if one is just enough. So start with something like that, be okay.
Oh, everybody. I remember when I first started my show, I was doing this thing solo. Wifey would come in there once in a while, but y'all know she wasn't in the watch collecting thing. And then there was a collector that hit me up on Instagram and said, yo, Trap, man, I've been following you, been checking out your watches. I see you like Invicta and stuff like that, man. You mind if, we follow whatever. And I was like, yeah. And ever since then, this dude has been my right-hand man. And I will say, when I started battles, the first person I started that with, the whole idea, everything about battle started with this young man. Now, he's been off air for a long time. He has been traveling the world abroad. He had some medical issues, but he's back. Please welcome to the stage my right-hand man, Magnum Vic.
What's up, boys?
I almost didn't know who he was, bro.
I lost a lot of weight.
No, you lost a whole person. You ain't lose a lot of nothing.
Look, diverticulitis is bad. The one good thing about it is this. So, plus, Janet's been going nuts, cooking and doing special things. So, is what it is.
Yeah.
So what's going on? How's everybody been?
Before we go any further, man, seeing that I have the I'm gonna call this the Invicta Hall of Fame. Bro. Hey, hold up. Let's call it for what it is, man. One thing you're gonna know about this. We're gonna talk about some watches, y'all. We're gonna get into our state of collection. I'm gonna jump into this chat. But I do want to address this chat from Rio. Rio says, "Hey, Trap, greetings from Bellflower, California. What's happening? Were you told that Shop HQ pulled itself off of cable TV? Yes, I did. I guess their demise started when Invicta left them. Well, sir, You've missed out on a lot of stuff, sir. There's a lot of things that has been happening behind the scenes. Man, bro, whoo, Lord have mercy. There's a couple of us that have talked and addressed the issues of what Invicta is today. Invicta as a whole, that entire community of Invicta collectors died. I'm gonna say the death started like maybe a year after, 2 years after COVID. Like after, I would say that's when it started dwindling down. Most definitely when the last cruise happened, it was like it was a rip tide a little bit, but we were still holding strong. We was holding steady, man, and everybody started noticing the different changes in the quality. Less power plays. They took away power play, and all the things are degrading, start fading, and the enthusiasts, the customers. Now, granted, as a whole, from a business, and a lot of us understand this, from a business standpoint, you don't have enough enthusiasts to keep the ship rolling. However, those same enthusiasts, right? Because you had thousands upon thousands, tens of thousands enthusiasts that were telling other people. So even though they didn't subscribe to watching Shop HQ, they didn't subscribe to watching anything on YouTube or social media, they were still buying watches. But you still had your core people. Like, keep in mind, there's only one Magnum Vic in the whole world, right? There's a number of people that's called Godfather. They have that name, Godfather, but like when you say Godfather in the Invicta community, they automatically go to Glenn, right? Jay Jones and let me see, Felix are the newest additions, but they both, we can't call them newbies, but you know Jay Jones because you say, hey, this dude got a gang of watches. Invicta, Bama, or Felix, he has a raspy voice. But then you still have some crazy names in here. You know what I'm saying? Like you say the word Invictaholics, Mike and Courtney off top. You know what I'm saying? You got Invicta 757. You have a whole group of people, right? And one thing that YouTube doesn't know, and I'm saying this to the YouTubers that have rated Invicta and has counted them as being one of the worst watch companies out there, that may be so. There's a lot of truth to some of the stuff that's been said over the years. We seeing it now as collectors. But one thing you cannot deny is there was a camaraderie, and still a camaraderie amongst these people, because we all agree we don't have to purchase another Invicta. A lot of us haven't purchased Invicta in a long time. Don't collect it whatsoever, but I can pull up to their house and share a beer with them, eat food with them. Like we have developed relationships with each other. You can't kill that.
Yeah.
That's on a whole different level. With that being said, real, yes, they fell off hard. I'm gonna just say that Invicta fell off hard. I mean, somebody pushed them like to them. If you emptied out the ocean, man, to the Mariana Trench, man, that's Invicta down. They got pushed off hard, bro. They can't even float down to the bottom. They smack and
they're hurting. They're hurting for sure.
The thing about it is like, the whole attitude towards the people that were enthusiasts, the people like, and then you got to think about Invicta Ryan, bro. He got reduced to what, twice a week or twice a month on JTV, and he literally, that's my man. He know that's my man, $100,000, bro. But like, let me say this into the mic. If y'all didn't hear me the first time, this man has been reduced to nothing as far as a representative for Invicta. Okay, right. This man was his name. It's in his name, Invicta Ryan. Okay, bro, come on, man. What are we talking about? You know, and I don't know what type of deal they got going on behind the scenes. I don't need to know it, but like your actions speak louder than words. So the man didn't have to say nothing. And if you feel that, well, you know what, customers, I don't have to tell you anything. Wow, that's messed up, man. And that expensive wedding that you had and all the nice cars that you have and the boats and all this stuff, the lavish lifestyle that you live. Yes, you're a businessman. Kudos to you for being an entrepreneur. Kudos to you for having this platform for us to celebrate. But there's this thing I just happened to go to called Minutes and Hours. And there were people there that were so appreciative of us like being there. Oh, can I show you something? This is a part of my state of the collection, man. I just want to show you this. Now, I know it's a business move, but I want to shout out Vizionico for allowing me to have this watch right here. The blackest watch on the market, one of the blackest watches on the market at a reasonable price, right? This thing make me look light skinned. You see that? Now, this is the thing I'm going to say. They didn't have to send me this watch. They agreed. I talked to them. They saw the videos. They did a follow-up with me, and I'm talking to them on WhatsApp, and I'll see them in Chicago. They don't know me from a can of paint, man. Shout out to my man Skyler for like actually hooking me up with them. You know what I'm saying? So I talked to them, and guess what? They said, hey, we'll send you the watch. Now, it is a business move. It's a smart business move because that's one more person out here saying, hey, this watch is worth it, right? And if I told this to whoever came to my channel and one person bought a watch and you thought about buying a watch, you don't even have to get this one. You just bought a watch from Vincianico. I did a service. As long as that video is up, as long as hold up, wait a minute. I didn't even put the paid promotion, but like, hey, go out there and get you a Vincianico. You know what I'm saying? This is for everybody. I mean, this is the Ritore. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you ain't think I could do that, man. I've been working on it, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Sounded good. Sounded good. Could have called me for some helpers. I would have helped you.
What'd you say, Jay?
I said, that's how come I got the Tandorio because of you putting it out there.
Listen, bro, that's what we do out here, man. Mama said he'll be here in 10 minutes. Okay. Let's see. Since you're at Inside Track Shop, it's Q. What's the word on the street for their future? What future? Does RJ and Jay-Z still work for? RJ still does. Jay-Z is a mercenary. Like, you know what's funny? I think one of his favorite characters was Deadpool, and Deadpool was a mercenary, and that literally Jay-Z is a mercenary for Invicta or whatever watch company because the man has a lot of knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
Jay-Z is one of the smartest watch guys I know. You know what I'm saying? Dry humor. I thought he was funny. Some people liked him, some people didn't. But I think for the masses, people love this dude. And when he left Shop HQ, bro, he took, man, there was so many people say, I'm done shopping. I'm done with Invicta whatsoever. People start selling their watches. They say, hey, man, look, I don't know what you give me, man. Hey, go buy me some McDonald's, man. You can have this whole, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey,
buy me a Happy Meal.
Buy me a Happy Meal, bro. So the future of Invicta is this. Let me say this, and this is just from my standpoint, right? I don't know what their future is. Could they win the customer back to get, you know what I'm saying, more people? I don't know, because Godfather just stated
no.
He wants a watch that has the quality, right? Invicta, I don't know, like back in the day, y'all, and correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't it feel like Invicta was the only brand that you needed? Like the only brand that mattered. Mm-hmm. But now you got micro brand, and there was micro brands that was in the mix at the point in time, and we weren't paying attention to it. It was either Invicta, Aragon, or Casio. That was the order for me. I can't say for nobody else. That was the order for me. And that's what my collection started with, you know what I'm saying, and ended with. Then we got the deep blue. So I'm just going to show you. I didn't buy this watch this year, but I got it this year. This was a trade. And this gives me an opportunity to, like, this is a Salida 200 in there. You know what I'm saying? Every time I look at the back of this flag, I always think about Joe. Joe sent me, and I got it on my table, man. I had it hanging up, but I said, man, I got to put it on the table because I look at it every day. Of all the things you've ever sent me, Joe, that is my favorite. My like ultimate favorite, bro. Like I literally, like y'all have no idea what that flag meant to me, because my time in the service and the people I served with meant so much. And the hell we went through, the hardship we went through, losing people here and there. You know what I'm saying? I lost my mentor. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is my mentor, dude. Love this guy. And he lost his life in Iraq. You know what I'm saying? And I wasn't with them at that time. They went over 2 years before me, and I got the word back to my, you know what I'm saying? He was my squad leader. He got killed, you know what I'm saying? And I went to Iraq 2 years after he died and saw where he lost his life at. So every time I look at that flag, I think about the sacrifices, bro. Like that, it hits me every time. So, bro, when you sent that, I was like, yo, man, I don't care. Like, bro, you could have sent me 30 watches, man. And I'm like, hey, Joe, thanks. But this, bro, this one, right? And did you send me 30 watches? Almost. You didn't send me a couple. I know you sent me 30 knives. I know that.
I know you did that.
I greatly appreciate that, man. You know what I'm saying? But just to answer your question, for those that are complete Invicta collectors and you just now getting to this part of life and you're like, what happened? Invicta, man, they got past the matter of fact, somebody lowered the rim to 7 foot, right? Matter of fact, 6.5 feet. They lowered the rim to 6.5 feet, threw a little lob up, and they missed the whole dunk. It was easy. It was easy. All you had to do was grab and pow. And they didn't. You know what I'm saying? But like they bought a race team.
That's what I'm saying. Rap. Since he bought that race team, look at it. Since he bought that race team, he's been concentrating so much in that race team. All right, he put out that race line with JM and stuff like that, but he's been involved so much with the race team, he forgot about the other side of the watches, man.
Because they already conquered them. Because they already conquered that part of it. That's why.
But he conquered it, but he lost it, Vic.
Well, he lost it. He lost it to his own doing, really.
Because his own, yeah. He lost because he started concentrating with the race team and stuff like that, and he lost it, man.
And he's gonna, you know what? He's gonna run that well dry too, eventually. You know, I mean, I changed like 7 batteries today, and he's, you know,
nice. He's got some nice JMs that he backed him, like he had with Shaq and like he had with Jason Taylor, but he blew that out of water,
he
man.
had good quality stuff that he's been putting out recently. The quality has, in my opinion,
hasn't as good
been there, especially the quality that attracted me to the watch back in 1991. Okay, so while the quality stayed high,
it is.
This the last few years, man. The watch doesn't have the same quality feel that it did. So.
Hey, Rio. So check this out. You are 100% right. It's not an opinion of Shop HQ and Invicta. It was selfishness on both parts because their previous CEO did some crazy stuff with money. And those things, it wasn't even a leak. It was public because stuff they were doing were public. I knew for a fact that Invicta was in trouble when my stock, because I had stock. Right. And I saw it, man. I was like, okay, I got it at real cheap back in right before COVID hit. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I'm buying. And then next thing you know, I'm like, yo, this thing is climbing. I was like, okay. So I'm thinking to myself, the more watches I talk about, the more. And guess what? I don't think there's nobody. Well, no, there are some people. There's 2 other entities on YouTube that have, if not more video. I think there's one that has way more videos than I have on Invicta, but I have covered a lot with Invicta, right? A lot. I have a lot of videos. And when I bought stock, I went nuts just talking about it, right? Because I'm like, okay, the more people see this, I want everybody to be involved in this. But then I saw that the stocks dropped. Like, I was like, yo, I didn't lose a lot of money in it, but I lost enough. So I started looking into it deeper and deeper and deeper. And then there were testimonies. There was a YouTube video that popped up from an employee, which you can't see that video now, but I saw it when it dropped. Invicta made them take it down. But somebody blew the whistle, and I was like, ooh, that made me start paying attention. And there's selfishness on both sides. You are 100% correct on that. So they didn't think about the customers. They were thinking about their pocket, which I think is still foolish because now, granted, the cruise, from what it was told to me, right? He made money, but it was a lot of work for them to do a cruise, chartering a whole ship. There's a lot of rules and regulations that go along with it. And I can see if you don't feel like dealing with that, even though he still made a profit off of it, right? I still say that they had an opportunity. They left money on the table. And then here's something that he got into, like the political game and stuff that was going on. AL showed his interest in things with Israel. He showed his interest in stuff that was going on in South America. And listen, ain't nobody knocking that whatsoever. But I would say a smart business move on Johnson & Johnson and Nike. They did a promotion on when the George Floyd thing happened. They did a promotion. We're going to be on the right side of history when this thing blows over. I will never forget those marketing deals. And people went out. Nike stock went through the freaking roof because here's the deal. Mm-hmm. The minorities spent a lot. I mean, minorities spent so much more money than anybody else because the rich like it's either give it to them or they don't have to. They're not interested in the things that we're spending money on. Right? It's different, right? So he didn't acknowledge that, and he lost a lot of customers. A lot of customers, man. It was like a whole thing on Facebook and Instagram, and they was like, it was people getting their like accounts blocked on Facebook because they attacked their something nasty on there, and they were saying all kind of stuff. So that was like the fall. Like I would say, right as COVID was coming to an end, we started seeing Invicta kind of dwindle down, and I was following how much AO was worth, right, and it dropped, but that was the money he invested in that race team. So.
Right.
Let's see. Aragon has replaced, and like here, that's the go-to.
Please, that's a go-to. Aragon. That's a go-to. Yep.
In my opinion, Invicta relying heavily on Chinese parts and labor is costing. Studying consumer trending is costing dearly. And that's that's a big question. That's the thing too, because we still got this tariff thing looming, right? And somebody sharing with me earlier. It was Kimo Sabi was telling me that anybody that is shopping from Sujis or Sea Stern, you have up until May 2nd or something like that to order your. Yeah, I think it's May 2nd because they will not be shipping to the United States.
Nope.
Because of this whole thing. And I understand the tariffs are put in place for America to start building, but like as far as watches is concerned, for those of you guys that love watches and you want more watches and you're on this side of the pond. You have a couple companies here that's doing, like American made stuff. Mm-hmm. Colorado, they're expensive though.
America for a while there. Okay, now you guys, are younger than me, so growing most of them. Okay, Jerry, I look. You spent your life, in a box. I ain't worried about you, but. But growing up, buying American when I was, a little growing up, that's what we bought. We bought stuff that was made in America. Bought stuff made in America. Okay. Then when the quality of the product went down, of stuff being made in America, and the quality was better coming from overseas, then we started buying stuff from overseas. And it's been that way for a while. So. While I'm all for made in America, people need to get with the quality and stop rushing stuff through. And that's just my opinion. I've seen too many products made in America fall apart.
Especially electronics.
You have it less than a year and it falls apart, whether it's clothes or equipment and stuff like that. The stuff made overseas and Trap, you were, overseas, you've been, with the military and stuff like that, and you see the product of stuff overseas. I mean, hey, people when I was in wanted to go overseas to buy their electronics.
Sure did.
Because it was cheaper overseas than buying the same product here in the States. And anything that was made in the States was crappy. So
okay. So hold up, guys, man. We got one more person, man. So this man has battled a number of people, man. This dude came into the scene, man. He was big dog, and he said, "Hey, man, listen, I ain't nobody's little pup. You know what I'm saying? I'm big dog out here. I'm the #1 collector. In other words, I'm the #1 stunner, man. This dude has a very distinctive voice. You can't miss it nowhere. You guys will get to see that, man. So please come to the stage, man.
Man, I need some halls, right? I need some.
That man put up I'm done, bro. I'm done.
Yeah, I need some halls for sure. Vaporize me,
Greed and I'm trying to get to all the comments. Greed and taking shortcuts kill all industries. Yes. Hey, so hold up, man. Let me get your watch in there. Oh, yeah.
I didn't do mine.
Be there right now, Lupa. Got it from the first cruise at the Invicta hub there. Godfather, you remember this one? You tried off me a couple of times.
Yeah, got that in 2023.
Yeah. And I ain't, I'm sure there's one or two out there, but I ain't seen nobody with it. That meteorite dial, and at the hub they had those special prices. I think I paid like $125 for this.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah, 125.
Woo! That's a good deal.
My father was right there. He was right there. So.
Yep.
Deep blue back.
Let me get. Hold on, Vic. Let me get you.
Yeah, this is an oldie but goodie. It's a Blue Label Excursion. Did a battery change on it today.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I did about 9 today.
It looks black in the picture.
You know what?
What's that?
I haven't seen
It
a
looks black.
in black like that though. So
Yeah, no, because it's the lighting.
It's like it's blue. That's Blue Label. That's
Yeah.
Oh, it's blue.
Yeah, I did about 9 today. Remember this one? You see it? Propeller, Blue Label.
Oh yeah. I remember that.
That was one.
That's Blue Label too. Vic?
Yeah. Well, because they went hot on Blue Label, so what did everybody do? And of course I had a Magnum to change, a little graffiti Magnum.
That graffiti joint, yeah.
So
cool.
And you know what, man, this is so nostalgic to me because I haven't done this type of show in so long. Where all of us got up here, man.
That's why I've been tagging you. Like, come on, Trav.
Look at Felix. Felix look like a leprechaun.
Hey, you know what's funny?
with beard and stuff.
Like a little, hey,
I need a green hat then.
Yeah, he looked like a little garden gnome out there with glasses.
Yeah, I know. I'm just glad that y'all haven't ever seen me with this kind of a beard.
My bowl of Lucky Charms.
Hey, I can be a leprechaun.
Hey man, you like Spanish Amish dude or something, bro?
That's right. I can be that
too. That's right.
Yes, sir.
Vic, I'm sorry to hear the reason, but you look fantastic.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, it's it's that diverticulitis kicked in again. So
he went back to high school.
You look great.
Oh,
thanks,
you definitely look like you lost some weight. So yeah.
Believe me, it's not the way I wanted to do it, but
well, that's kind of what I meant. But
weight loss,
it's happened, and we go from here. I see the surgeon next Monday, and we go from there.
Right.
Yeah, blessings going to you, bro. Y'all make sure when y'all saying y'all prayers, man, y'all include Vic in there. Yeah.
And y'all hey, Trap,
see this comment?
Trap, Sister Cruz, because I heard y'all talking about watches and how it's going right now. Sister Cruz, I've only bought one watch, Sister Cruz, in November, and this is it.
Oh, hold on. Let me get
I got this sucker for under $400.
Did you get that from JTV?
Yep. They were big time mispricing it. I got the silver one, at the stores. And you know what that cost? That was over $1,000.
Yeah.
And then they had this one. At first, I missed it. Darren got the first one. They marked this down for like $398, and Darren sending me texts bragging and stuff. And then it came back, and I was able to pick it up for $398. But then JTV realized their mistake, and it came back the same watch, and they had it for like $1,400.
Wow. So look at this comment, not that comment. They say praying for Vic. I tried to buy $80 worth of product for my side business from China, and the tariff charge was $88 before shipping charge. Yeah, he had to cancel his order. So like you can't and that's the thing right there, man. Is we are, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Is that like super bad? Because I couldn't explain anything about tariffs. So is that like really bad?
So here's the deal, man. Like overall, the tariffs is going to force America to start building their own product, right? And buying, but the thing about it is, like, we need, and depending on what it is, you're going to have to build like manufacturing buildings and stuff like that. And that's going to take a long time. We're talking about, and then you got to train people to be skilled in these areas. Mm-hmm. And since we're talking watches, let's talk from a watch standpoint. You have to have a case, bracelet, jewels, sapphire, crystal, everything that makes up a watch.
Improvements, whatever.
It has to be 100% American made. Like it has, you can't order anything from overseas. It's going to cost you so much money. But for us to have that, right? For us to have that, because I went to a trade show and I looked at the Colorado watch company, and they have great watches, man. Repurposed watches. I like what they do, but it is pricey, right? And I'm not saying it's not worth it. Their watches, like, for example, and I'm just going to use Tudor for example, right? Tudor, the new Tudor, all of them have different price points. They even have one that's 43 millimeters or whatever the case is, but you're talking $4,000 or better, you know, and that's a problem for people that like that brand. And this is what makes like Addie's Dives or like all of the AliExpress brands so like Midorial and all these different companies. But now you run into this because they're coming from China. Yeah, that import cost is going to break your back. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to be worth it. So where you were spending $56 for a basic Pro Diver style watch, now you're about to spend $300. I'm just throwing the number out there. I could be wrong. But yeah, you don't want to spend that kind of money because seeing that the tariffs are being put on these different companies from Swiss, I don't know if it's going to be on Germany and stuff like that, because I was hearing that there are some loopholes to this. I heard one thing which still don't make sense. I heard that people were flying over to the country with no watches whatsoever, buying the watch in country and then coming back. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, okay, that would work for me if I was going on vacation. But if I'm going to fly over there, I'm like, I might as well pay the tariff costs.
Go over and buy a.
Is that a short-term problem though with the tariffs? In the end, at the end game, is it going to work out, or how do you feel about that?
It will all work out in the end. However, it's going to take a long time to get there. Okay. And by the time we get to that point where everything is working out, we've already spent 10 to 20 times more than we could have beforehand.
So again, Godfather, do we still do it? Do we still go through with it? Even though
that's his decision though. Like,
yeah, the thing is, for right now, we're not going to talk about politics. That's a political move.
Yeah, we can't.
So we're not going to talk about politics here in this form and stuff like that. We can have that offline and everything like that. You know, so that the best, basically what it is right now is, you know, we are here. We're going to talk about watches. Watches are going to go up no matter who makes the watch.
Yeah, buddy.
Watch is going to go up. So right now, let's enjoy what we have. And
true enough.
Let's get up there and talk more about these beautiful watches that you guys have. Felix, somebody asked, what was the name of the watch that you showed?
Which one?
Was that the S1?
Yeah, isn't that the rail?
This one, yeah.
That's the S1 Rally, right?
Yeah, that's S1 Rally.
Yeah, it's S1 with, if I remember correctly, like almost 2 carats of diamonds on it.
Yeah.
And it is an automatic.
Yeah.
And hold on, because Godfather, you know, I got this brother.
Oh yeah. I know you got that one.
I got them both. Here they go.
Yep.
But yeah, S1 Rally automatic, and also it was dual time too. Up here,
you got that.
Up here is battery operated. There is a battery in here.
Yeah,
get that right. Yeah. There's a battery right here that's battery operated, so it is dual time as well.
I didn't get any watches, but I got one of these.
Who's that?
Can you say my new grandson?
Oh yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
How's your back, Joe?
That's better than a watch any day.
My back sucked.
Right.
Sorry, man.
Welcome, man. Wifey's in the building. She's
in
the
hockey team sucked too, huh?
Ripsaw, how old is that baby right there? In that
1 month.
1 month.
Brand new.
Awesome.
Brand new.
That new baby smell.
Right, that new baby smell. Yup.
So I got the new baby smell.
Oof. Which one though?
Hey, I could be a grandfather any day. My son's 25 years old and he has a girlfriend, so I could be a grandfather any day.
So like, is she pregnant?
No, we didn't say anything, buddy.
If you're asking me, no. But
okay. Well,
again, it can happen any day.
Right.
Though. You know, he's 25 and he's got a girlfriend, so it could happen.
Yeah.
It could happen, but like not
Any
any
day.
day.
Yeah.
You make it seem like she gonna pop any day now.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I'm assuming they doing their business.
It's not like the bun's already in the oven.
Oh no, yeah. I'm just
Being baked.
waiting on getting that phone call. Dad, she's pregnant.
So right now you're saying he's out practicing.
Yeah,
He's going.
Oh my God.
I get you. I get you.
In the chat here.
So wifey's in the building. Leslie, welcome in, Leslie. Thank you for being here,
Miss Miley.
And we're just wow, Fizzle's in the building watching your Godfather. So yeah, man, we are talking watches. We're talking state of collection. And the fun thing about this, I think the biggest thing really is every state of collection I've seen on YouTube, with the exception of Wrist Unwound, he did like a 9-part series, right, with his daughter. And I was like, that was intriguing. I like the fact that he incorporated his family in there, and like that to me is what this is all about. And I get it, man. We can sit and talk about the specs of a watch, right? There's a time and place for that. I'm not knocking anybody that goes over the specs, people that goes crazy over the build. I'm not even knocking the people that goes crazy over the history of the watch, right? Mm-hmm. But what's not talked about is like the enjoyment factor, right? Ben 10 alluded to this earlier. Is he said I have to get back into like wearing them, right? Like I got to put these in rotation, and it's like once you amass so many watches, man, it's like okay, I know for a fact that there is a set amount of watches that you're going to wear. For those of us on the stream, between all of us, man, I would say it's well over 2,000 watches.
Oh yeah,
Jay Jones alone. That's Jay Jones alone.
Jerry Jones got 1,000 himself.
You said,
"Hey Felix, don't talk, Felix. You got about 900 yourself."
Yeah. Now, I look at this. One of the best.
You still got more than me, Jerry.
For your watch collection, okay. One of the best ways to do that. Now, I know a lot of people they're going to spend a lot of time trying to pick out a watch, what they're going to wear. Do this, do it for a week, Just go to your watch box, just grab a watch, throw it on, and keep right on moving. Don't bother looking at what watch you have. Don't worry about
back, guys.
That you're wearing. Okay. Just turn around and grab any watch. Just, hey, go in my pocket, grab a watch, put it on, head on out the door. Okay. That is going to be one of the best ways to sit up there and put a lot of your watches in rotation.
I agree with that.
Try to think about, well, what watch am I going to wear today? Let's see. I got my blue Jordans on, and I'm wearing some blue jeans, and I got this red shirt on. So now I got to go through and find a watch that's going to match colors and stuff like that. No, just grab a watch and walk out the door, no matter what you got on. I can guarantee, that 95% of people, when they grab their watch and walk out the door, doesn't matter what they wear, they're going to look down and say, nice choice. Nice choice. And be happy with the day. There's going to be that 5% be like, this is not going with what I'm wearing. Okay, for me, every watch that I own goes with everything that I own. Every piece of
right.
Okay. Wow. Yeah, if I'm wearing blue, let's get a watch that's blue. Yeah, but guess what? That blue goes with the black, that I'll be wearing, and everything like that. So it really doesn't matter. Once you start looking at it like that, say, hey, let me just grab a watch and go. You can put a lot more of your watches in rotation and get to enjoy them a whole lot more than when you first bought them. So
that makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense because plenty of times I've gone to and y'all have seen my watch room. Plenty of times I just walked in there, 2.2 seconds, grab a watch and walked out.
And that's the best way to do it. Just
it really is.
Grab a watch,
and
keep right on moving. That is just my opinion. For people who have a lot of watches, and all of us here, we have a lot of watches, so grab a watch and go. Don't think about it.
Right.
Just grab a watch and go.
I completely agree with that idea.
Yeah. So if you do that for about a week, then the following week you're probably say, you know what? Let me try that again. and then try to
yeah.
You know, you're only grabbing your watches for special occasions, like when I do my photo shoots. Okay.
Yeah.
I contemplate the watch that I'm going to use for the shoot. Okay, because I want, you know, the watch to show off nice and everything like that, and worry about what I'm wearing and everything like that when I get the watch. But for normal everyday, I just grab a watch and go.
Yeah. A watch is a watch. Yeah.
I'm at the point where I want to get rid of some of them because I have too many to wear, to be honest with you. You know?
We all have that problem.
I know, but it just seems they're just collecting dust. You know,
That's
the problem is you can't get the money for them that you spent. So you know, it's like, what do I do? You know.
Well, you know what, Joe? This has been the longest I've ever gone without buying a watch. Since the cruise, I only bought one watch since the cruise in November. That's the longest I've ever gone without buying a watch.
I haven't bought a watch probably since last August.
Yeah.
Last August. Well, you know what? I'm gonna say this, man. We've all purchased and had our fun and done stuff like that, you know, and some things come to an end, some things don't, you know, I guess. And I don't know if was it Rio, if he's still in here or not. Because I'll say like once a week I'll get a comment or a question about, you know, like what is Invicta doing and blah blah blah. And my answer is gonna be the same thing every time. Is like, well, look, Invicta did it to themselves, right? You know, and and you can't change again with the relationships that we've created and started. That's there, you know, some not, you know, and I've alluded to this before. I'm not gonna go through the whole thing, but I will say at this point, no matter whether you collect in, well, I'm gonna say this, especially if you still collect Invicta, because I know that somebody asked me on Instagram, what Invicta should they be collecting right now, and I'm gonna tell you honestly, if you can like grab something from like late model versus what they have now, because like they're putting out for the price. I'm gonna just say this. For the price, they're not putting out like their best.
No,
especially seeing that they have bought. And I'm going to tell off. Here's a crazy thing. That new Invicta brand that they have, that is coming from AliExpress, right? I forgot the name, whatever that got the dragons. Got the. It looked like the Jacob and Co. It looks like a Jacob and Co. watch. Yeah, the mantra thing. That is literally, you can go to yourself, you can go to AliExpress, get it yourself, and they will do the logo, whatever logo you send them, they will put on there. So you can pretty much create your own watch for less money. So when that watch first came out and I saw it was $6.99, I couldn't believe it. I'm gonna be honest. I understand that, you know, it's a business, and whoever bought that watch at $6.99, Invicta ripped them off so much because those watches were going for like $50 on AliExpress. I was like, even when you get the logo added on there, right? You're spending $75 to $100, and they will rip it. Yeah, thank you, Montrez Prestige. And I'm like, Montrez Prestige is like a location or area overseas or something like that. But I'm like, yo, are you serious? And me being saturated in YouTube and watching so many videos and seeing people that's doing it, I was like, it was a Watch Snob did it like months before Invicta promoted these, and I was like, wait a minute, that's the same watch that Watch Snob had reviewed, exact same watch. So I go over to AliExpress and look the night that Ryan showcased it on the podcast. I said, Invicta got to be out they freaking minds. And then they dropped the price. You can get it for $2.99. No, bro. No, absolutely not. For the price that you buying this stuff for, you could have bought a Tissot. You could have bought a Citizen. You could have bought anything. And if you wanted to just get an inexpensive watch, man, you have Tandorio. You have Baltony. Bro, you can get a Deep Blue. If you are still in love with getting a larger watch, you can go to Deep Blue's website right now, man. And I don't get no kickbacks for telling you this, but like
Blue watches, they're not that big, are they?
Well, they got 40. They used to do 50 millimeters. I think the highest they go now is like 46 is the highest.
I got 2 deep blues, and I think they're both 46 or 48.
This is a 44 millimeter timepiece. It's thick though, but it's in the shape just like an Omega. Right. Got the same type of dial. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, for what they and I'm not hating on Invicta for their business practice, but if you come and ask me a question, if you engage me in a question about should I buy an Invicta, I'm gonna tell you here's some other options, because right now they're not doing their customers any service. Mm-hmm. They're not doing a service,
especially right now.
No, especially right now. Hey, Trap, both.
Invicta sales has definitely dropped. I know that.
I will not get rid of watches, even if I don't wear. I collect them. Okay. Hey, and listen, that's something that you supposed to.
I've seen numbers. Invicta sales has definitely dropped. You know, and that's a lot to do with us. Smart. You know, and they don't have no more shows. And whenever JTV has shows, you know, they're more feminine watchers.
It's not the same though. I'm telling you, I looked at it, and who was that? Bob Cohen. Bob Cohen reached out to me. I was talking to him on Instagram, and you know, he had asked me if I saw the show, and you know, I'm like, well, saw the show, and granted, he's been an Invicta collector a lot longer than I have, as well as you, Godfather. You know that it's not the same. There was no way. It was like doing a heart transplant from a human being to a goat. You can't. Right. It's done. It's done. You kill two entities, and because of selfishness and some other stuff, there's one thing I'm not at liberty to talk about it because it hasn't come out on the news yet. Once it becomes newsworthy, then I'll speak on it. But other than that, I know some of the moves they made was garbage. You know what I'm saying? It was garbage, man. Even how they did the employees from Shop HQ, and they took, you know, like they preyed on that whole family thing, right? And a lot of us fell into that family vibe.
The family and the community.
Yeah, community. You know what I'm saying? And we pretty much gave them that energy. We gave them the keys to our hearts, our emotions. We like honest. You know what I'm saying? You can't and if you're upset, and for those that say I'm selling all of my Invicta and I'm mad at AL, well, you have to be mad at yourself first because you allowed yourself to be in that position.
Right.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna tell off on. You know what I'm saying? I've done it. I've done it. You know what I'm saying too. Like I done bumped my head plenty times, man, doing this thing. Been frustrated plenty times. I had some good friendships. I had some bad ones. You know what I'm saying? It happens, but it starts it's like what's that? Old wise tales about it. Dracula can't come into your house unless you invite him.
Right.
You let him in. It's like letting Satan in. You know what I'm saying? Like you let him in. We let Invicta into our households, and they covered across the globe all of these different things or whatever, and we allowed it. You know what I'm saying? So as much as we gripe, and those that hate and is mad, I'm like, hey,
right. What you about to say, Godfather? What you about to say?
Did it?
No. I mean, I totally agree with that. The thing is, you can't be mad at somebody. You know, basically like this: they did not twist your arm,
right,
and tell you to spend the money to buy this product. Nobody twisted your arm. Okay, nope. That's like if you went to the grocery store and you saw a banana, the banana was black, you pick it up, brought it home, and then you realize that it was rotten. You can't blame nobody but yourself because you were the one that picked it up.
Yep.
Okay. But you know what? You can stop buying that black banana, though. You can stop buying that banana.
Yeah, but I mean, the thing is, though, you know what you're looking for. So therefore, you know, you spend your money on what it is that you want, and nobody is twisting your arm to buy. Now, you will have salespeople out there. Trap, you know, was a salesman, so he knows. You're going to have salespeople out there that is going to try to sell you into buying the product. Okay, but it's up to you to reach into your pocket to pull out that money.
Yeah.
Okay.
And a lot of us ain't doing it no more. So
I've got me.
I'm not doing it.
And that's why I'm mad at him.
Oh, Watchdog said, "I'm not waiting."
I know that's still doing it is Jerry Jones.
Well, as much as we all like got into that family vibe on Shop HQ, they were all salesmen. They were all salesmen. They're all there to sell something.
Sure.
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah.
You know, without a doubt, they turn around and presented the product, okay, and they presented it in such a way to where either you loved it, or you liked it, or you didn't do, either one.
But at the same time, if they're not selling it, they're not making as much money. I know for a fact.
Right.
These salespeople we're talking about, their pockets
The
are hurt.
the one good thing that came out of this whole watch debacle, okay, is Invicta going downhill, other watch companies going downhill. This family is not going downhill.
No,
Right.
Okay, so it may have started with a watch, and you had the salespeople selling us watches and us buying watches. Exactly, But, the whole thing is, we became a family behind this.
Right.
Yep.
Okay? We maintain this family vibe, no matter what watch you buy or don't buy. Okay, we have never been judgmental about you saying, "Hey, oh yeah, you shouldn't buy this, you should buy that." No, whatever you bought because you liked it, and we were happy for you.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
And
it's like when I post. You post, I post every day. You see it. You go on my post, no matter what I post, you put like it. Never a bad word about what I do. I could post the cheapest watch in the world on there. Godfather, because we're family, is gonna say, "Good, I like you. You like it."
I mean, the thing is,
you don't want to hurt your feelings.
The thing is, if I like your watch, I'm gonna like your post. Okay, if you post a watch, I'm gonna like it. Now, if you post a watch and I can't make it out because your camera was in motion or your picture is blurry and stuff like that, okay, you might not get a like from me because I'm trying to make out
what it
the
is.
details of the watch. I can look at this. Okay, well, yeah, that's a pro diver, but I can't make out the details. I'm not going to like it just because it's a pro diver. I want to see the details on the watch. And all you guys, when you post, you make your pictures look good so that I can see the details. Okay, so it's not. Some people. I had somebody who posted and said, "Man, you've been liking my pictures, but how come you didn't like this one?" So because I couldn't make out what it was.
Right.
Well, you know it was Invicta. Well, yeah, I know it was Invicta, but I couldn't make out the details of the watch.
Right.
Okay. And with me, being a amateur photographer and stuff like that, and you see my pictures, even whether I'm posting a watch or posting from my vacations and stuff like that, you see the quality of my pictures where you look at the pictures and you're right in there. So when I look at your pictures, I want to be able to see the details so I can say, "Oh yeah, that's a nice watch. I like that. I like it, Clay." But if I can't, I might not. I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to say anything bad because other people are reading the comments. Okay, so I'm not going to sit up there. If I'm going to say something bad to you about your watch or your picture, whatever,
you can say it in person.
I'm going to say it directly to you. Okay.
But you know what? I'm going to say something about. I mean, honestly, I think overall, everybody has their own taste on what they like to wear, right? You dedicate yourself to whatever brand that you like. And I was sharing this earlier. When it comes to like YouTube, for example, YouTube is going to predominantly wrap themselves around the mainstream watches, right? Like the talk of the town, the number one watch right now is the Rolex Land Dweller, right? And there's jokes about it, memes being at it's an expensive to soul. There's a lot of stuff I've seen about it, but like at the end of the day, that's going to be the majority of the conversation until it's not, right? They'll be on to the next one. They'll be on to a Datejust, or they'll be on to an Omega, or whatever the case is. I find comfort in looking at channels that's talking about micro brands, talking about, even like your Hamiltons and stuff, which is still expensive, right? Like, I don't care who you are, right? If you're in the top 6% that can drop $50,000 on a watch, congratulations, right? I asked a question earlier. Me and Kimo Sabi was talking about this. If you put a number, if it had a contest, a number of people, let's just say 5 people, right? And you gave them each $15,000, and you said you have the run of a mill, you have you got 24 hours to spend $15,000 on either one watch or a number of watches. If there was 5 people, I believe that one, because I think that Rolex Land Dweller is 14,006 or something like that, 14,500. I'm sure that at least one person will buy that, right? At least one person will buy that because, hey, what's the chance? I'll never get a chance to buy this again, so I'm gonna get this. I'll say at least 2 or 3 will be in like, hey, I can get multiple. If Jay Jones is in there, whew, gosh, Jay Jones is gonna tear the mall up. He is gonna tear the mall up, boy. 15, he's like, I got 15,000 to spend, but like the point I'm making is, I think sometimes people get so callous when it comes to like watch collecting, you know, because there was a time where the smartwatch was just like excelling, you know, and as far as market share, the top, like that iPhone or iWatch or whatever the case was, Apple Watch, that sucker was over 40% market share. Where you seen where no, it was more than that, I believe. I think it was about 40% market share.
It was big.
It was more than Rolex, right? Right? Or maybe I'm thinking it was like $40 million that year, or whatever the case is. But I know it was a lot more than your traditional watch. And I was hearing some big YouTubers saying, hey, let's continue the tradition of horology. Let's keep mechanical and even quartz watches, because there's a difference between quartz watches. It gets so racist when it comes to watches, because it's like, yo, I got an automatic, I got a quartz. You got a quartz? Ugh. Like, you know what I'm saying? But then when it's crazy, then you come from your traditional watch to a battery operated Apple Watch, or you know what I'm saying, something you can charge rechargeable. It's like, oh no, you're in a complete no, you're out. I don't like you. Like, well, that's a Microsoft watch. I don't like you.
Leather bracelet. Ew.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You got like, and then you make your watch look like a Rolex by touching the screen. You're like, oh, I don't like you. That's trash. But the thing overall, man, is, you know, one, judge all you want. You didn't pay for that person, right? You're not a part of their economic structure in their home. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't finance these people, you know, and that's not your place to run your mouth and your giblets and stuff like that, man. That's how people get hurt, because you get on this thing and you start typing and saying some silly stuff, man. And who was it earlier in my chat? It was said that these people would never say it to your face if they seen you in public. So if you came out, right, and I have a number of watches, man, but I have my Invicta pieces, and this one right here came from Yonkers the first time I met Jay Jones. You know what I'm saying? This is a watch I bought when I met my man out there, you know. So there's stories behind it. I know everybody don't consider watch collecting a journey, but I think I'm safe to say that everybody on this screen right now, they have a journey. Godfather, you have like your watch that landed in somebody's forehead. sent you over to Invicta, and you still got that Invicta, and I actually touch it. So historically speaking, I touched one of the oldest Invictas known, as far as like when it resurged the of Invicta, you know what I'm saying? Like one of the first watches they went with. So which they also got in trouble for, because that design was too close to Rolex. Those lawsuits ain't no joke, boy. And hey, you know what, you'd think that Invicta would learn a lesson, but like they had some recent lawsuits, man, in the past 10 years. I'm like, bro, yeah. That's neither here nor there. We was here to just, you know, celebrate people that collect watches, that love watches, and we got a lot of people on the stage. It's been a long time. For those, if you catch this on the replay, right, and you're like, what's going on? These people were a part of my beginnings, my early beginnings. My man Vic, that's like right here, has helped me host multiple shows. You know what I'm saying? Godfather's helped me host multiple shows. And then here come Victor Bama and this other guy, Jay Jones. I have to keep him on because he's a crooked cop and I might come up missing, man.
Hey, Trap, but it's gotten so more past watchers. Say Invicta never exists from how. Say they just died, they go bankrupt, we never see an Invicta watch again. We are all gonna stay connected.
Oh yeah.
I think everybody on here. Let me see. Yeah, I texted everybody on here today. You know, just being funny. y'all saw my text.
That was pretty good, Felix. That thing.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it?
Yeah,
and a friend of mine did it, and he bought it, and it's in the mail. He sent me a picture of it. But my point is, I mean, bumper watch. You know, if Victor goes away, I'm still gonna know Godfather. I'm still gonna know Trap. I'm still gonna know Vic. I'm still gonna know Ripsaw. I'm still gonna know Jerry. You know, me and Jerry talk often. That's my dog right there.
And Victor goes away, I'm still having my barbecue. So, you know.
Yeah, exactly. I'm still coming to Virginia.
My barbecue did not come about because of Invicta. I've been having these barbecues.
That's my point.
And if Victor goes away, I'm going to give Vic all my magnums.
This is more of a friendship. And I want to know all of y'all for the rest of my life. You know, for the rest of my life, I want to know all of y'all. When I'm 53 now, when I'm 73, I'm coming to Godfather's barbecue. He'll be 103, but that's okay.
Hey man, listen, if Godfather's 103, I'm hoping he's having his barbecue catered at that point. You know what I'm saying? Like Godfather, go sit down somewhere, man.
As long as I'm able to, you know, my health is good and I'm able to move around and do what I do and stuff like that.
Right.
I'm going to continue to look. I'm knocking on the door of 70.
Okay.
Yeah,
baby.
But my point is getting ready to open for me, and everything that I do, what I do, you know, these cookouts that I have, and I've told people this time and time again. Okay, I do what I can when I can because I'm able to. Okay, I do not look for any type of accolade because we were doing this with the family long before the Invicta.
Right.
This is all about love. It's all about people getting together and enjoying themselves, having, you know, I say the 3 F's: food, family, and fun.
Yeah.
You come
I know of at least 3 people that'll be there in 6 weeks that have never been there before.
Yeah.
And that's awesome. So
it's like you come to my house and, you know, anybody that's been here, you know, Trap, you know, Felix, you know, you've been to the house. You first time that you came to my house, you came, hey, I'm a friend. I'm a friend of Godfather. So I'm coming to the house, you know, pay my respects, enjoy myself, speak with people. But when you left that day, you left at feeling like family, not feeling like
absolutely.
Okay. And this is what I do. This is, you know, again,
Godfather, that first night I was there, remember you walked out to the front yard and you waited with me till the Uber came.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
I mean, this is what I do. I do this for family and stuff like that. So, you know, you come to my house, you sit down and enjoy yourself. And hey, like my sign says, if you leave here hungry, it's your own damn fault. So
no, hell no. I was telling people, Godfather, he'll tell you take a plate and then another plate. The more plate you take, that's their screening they got to do. So whoever goes to Godfather barbecue,
how many cookouts that you've gone to, you know, and you guys, I know you guys been to cookouts and barbecues and stuff like that, you know, different type of things. How many cookouts that you've been to where they had 20 racks of ribs and 70 pounds of chicken?
And again, you can eat and take 2 plates home. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, not 1 plate.
People,
and Godfather will tell you, you got a plate,
seconds and thirds, and take a few plates home with them. I do not have a problem. I encourage it. Okay.
Hold on. What's he saying? Going to JJ house.
Well, like
he's going to send me all the way.
Yeah. But Dickerson's coming. I know.
Hey, look, man. Late to the party. What's happening? Watch Junkies in the building. What's going on, bro?
Hey, what's up?
It was
What's up, everybody? I can't see chat, so
I can't see chat.
Okay.
I want to go back
says,
to Eric Max says, if I don't like the watch you're wearing, it's still interesting to find out why you like the watch you're wearing. Sometimes it changed my opinion. That, you know what, I think a good story about a watch, man, is very interesting. Because like people wear some weird watches, man. I said earlier on my live that I was going to show you guys this is a German-based watch. This is Konstantin Weiss.
mm-hmm.
And as you can see, it's mechanical. The front of this watch looks like a case back.
Yeah.
And I thought that was real interesting. And this watch was $199 when I first saw it, but it was on Shop HQ. They had a sale. I got this for a little over $100 during the sale. And I got it home. I like the watch. Push-pull crown. I think it's a mineral crystal, but I mean, it's a dress watch. And I would have never thought that I would own an expensive German timepiece. You know what I'm saying? Like, but, you know, because I was on that whole Invicta thing, but then I jumped over to Fledman Von Reese. I've shown this watch plenty times.
Yeah.
Plenty times, right?
Mm-hmm.
The point of me showing these watches, right? And I'll show you this last one, like, which is this is such a sexy watch. God, dog, this is such.
Yeah, I saw that the other day when you were trying to,
man. Yeah,
you're trying to compare it to me,
bro. Yeah. Like, but you were killing the game, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're killing the game.
Well, so, I haven't been posted in a while, but you know, I might get back to it. I just haven't been feeling, you know, because up until
I know
2-3 weeks ago, I wasn't even interested in watches. I was just concerned with my health.
Yeah.
No, you support that, and that's most important, bro. That's most important.
Yeah.
But the whole point of me
watch and stuff like that, you know.
Yeah, but the whole point of me showing those watches is this is something that I like collecting, man. But then it becomes very interesting when I share it, especially like here on YouTube, man. That's the one thing I like. That's the advantage of me having a channel is I get to share the experiences and stuff like that. When I went to Minutes and Hours, there was a young man that sat there and he said, "Hey, I watched the channel before." He said, "I got a question." Like he said, "You do talk about watches, your height. I love your lives. You go live." He said, "But what is your channel like? What are you looking to do on your channel?" I was like, "Bro, it's about the lifestyle of watch collectors, bro. At the end of the day, man, you know, like it's real stuff that goes over here. I haven't talked about, you know, shoes and hats and stuff in a minute. I haven't done a shoe review in a long time or just a showcase, but I'm aiming towards just the experience because I don't ever want to get away from my why. Why do I collect watches? Why do I like doing this, right? And I like one thing my grandmother always taught me is like you don't have anything in this world but your truth and your last name. You become a liar, you're done. You're toast. You know what I'm saying? So I have to stay true to myself. And I get it. I am an acquired taste. I know that, right? And I've had people say, Trap, if your channel, if you did more watch reviews, man, I will watch longer. I'm like, hey, bro, well, this ain't for you. Go to a channel that does reviews. All respect. I appreciate everybody's opinions. Whatever you have to say, leave it here in the chat, you know what I'm saying? Or hit me up on Instagram or email if you have something to say. But I will never shy away from bringing this, right? Being able to showcase. Like when I started the show, my intro has my grandbaby at the very end of its size in the watch. And, you know what I'm saying? She sat and watched me like change batteries and all this other stuff. And she'll go to my little shed thing and pull it out, pull everything out and get the tinkering with stuff, right? And that's what it's all about, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to pass this knowledge over. I want to pass my passion over. And then if nothing else, I get to archive everything that's been done. You know what I'm saying? I've had Godfather on a number of times. I've had all of these people in the chat. And hold on, let me see. Let me get you back up here. My bad, bro. There you go. And yeah, so this is like where we are right now. I know like the title stated, you know what I'm saying, stated collection, but like ain't no telling what's gonna happen on here. We got a little political in here earlier. And you know what? Hold up, wait a minute. I'm feeling nostalgic. Hey Jerry, what you say?
I say a word.
Yes, you did. Get out of here.
Hey, Chad, you got my stomach hurting on that.
Wow. Jay Jones is out.
He said, "Yes, you did. You out of here."
I told you I'm being nice tonight.
He is actually trying.
Well, I didn't promise to be nice.
I told you I was gonna be nice tonight if I came on. I haven't said anything bad.
The billionaire mindset. Good evening. Good evening. Jay Moore, NYC is in the building.
First and foremost.
Oh, Luciano's here. What's up, Luciano?
Hey,
we have more people jumping in. DK jumped in here.
Hold on, let me see. Trash flavor is Chinese food.
Oh, is that?
Hey, you know what's funny is I had Chinese food before I came over here. That is hilarious. What was the question? You said, what's up with Invicta? Have we moved on? Well, sir.
Yes and no. Yes and no.
Kind of, sort of.
Well, you know what? Here's the deal. Invicta moved on. They moved to like another. They said, "Hey, we see greener pastures overseas, and it's in the form of racing. Right. Forget you losers. Get out of here, America. I hate all of you." You know what I'm saying? I would never put you on another ship.
What's wrong with A.L. Lalo putting somebody in charge of the Invicta division?
Are you? Wait a minute. Hold up. Wait. Time out, sir. Did you say what's wrong with A.L. Lalo putting somebody in charge? You said that is, bro. Yeah, I'm surprised. I'm surprised you're straight
that division and let
bro
keep going.
Dude, are you serious? When will A.L. Lalo ever give somebody the reins to this thing, bro? That dude, he don't want to make. Listen, he don't want you as a customer anymore, bro. So what you think he's going to
see that? I see that.
No, bro. Hey, catch up, bro.
I mean, money, but money's money. There probably is more money in racing. I understand that. Obviously, there is more money in racing. That's why he's there. But you know, if I own a company and I got managers that are top dogs, while I do this, you take care of that. That's, to me, that's a smart business move. Keep that going, because that's
you know what I think. Maybe it doesn't mean a hell of a lot.
It might not. Right.
But when he started dropping all the outside brands, as far as not brands, the word is. No, like Marvel, DC,
stuff like that. Yeah, the partnerships.
Yeah. But he lost those because he wasn't interested in those no more.
Right. But I mean, they did a lot of business. A lot of people bought. I got 2 Marvel pieces here because I did the batteries on them on the old Port Diver Scubas.
Right.
You know what I mean? And as simple as it was, the Spider-Man. I don't know if you guys can see the Spider-Man with the.
Yeah, I see it.
Pretty cool. Yep. And then the Captain America. You know what? When they stopped that, they stopped the sports, everything NFL. Maybe NFL might be the only one they got. It ticked a lot of people off too. But like everyone says, he's concentrating too much now on the racing.
Yeah. But again, Magnum, why not just put somebody in charge of that?
Listen. Let me.
Stop making Magnums. not because of me. Not because I'm pissed. I mean, but how do you? It was a popular watch.
Yeah.
The Magnum. A lot of people have Magnums.
He obviously doesn't care about watches anymore.
Not on this side of the world.
I'm gonna tell you this. Think about something real quick. You guys have been rocking with me. You guys seen the watches I've been showing in the past few years, right? And you guys know that I have like the whole micro brand scene is crazy, right?
Yeah.
Invicta used to make some of the best Marvel or character watches, right? Yeah. And they were using, they were using the materials that are being used now. So they used tungsten, they used the forged carbon. They did a whole watch in forged carbon over 12 years ago, right? They what you see today, they were doing, and they were doing it for a bigger price. Now you got companies like, and matter of fact, Ben 10, you bring up a good point. Zelos, right? So you have this watch right here. Now, you have the leather on this thing is so superior to some other stuff that I have or actually dealt with. And then you think about the cost of the watch. It was $499. Now, y'all know back in the day, we were paying $529 for a reserve quartz timepiece from Invicta, right? Not even, and if it was automatic in that same variation, you're paying $899, okay, for a Salida 200. And if you go back a little further, a 2824, right? Now, this is what you didn't get that you're getting now. You're getting movements in these watches right now that are regulated. These watches are running under 10 seconds. Just like coming, like how they're putting these watches out. Some, like Cincinnati Watch Company. I literally looked at him test my watch. He put it through a pressure test. He put it through a heat test, almost like a chronometer certified test. And that watch was $500. That watch still to this day is running at 2 seconds per day. 2 seconds per day. Now, you don't have to have a watch that is super accurate, but dude, if you're paying the money and they doing it, why not? Right? This watch right here, if you look at it at the 9 o'clock, there's a power reserve. That's something that Invicta was doing for a long time. They was adding power reserve to a lot of stuff, right? So we got a taste of what they're doing now. Invicta collectors had a taste of that back in the day, and they just dropped the ball. So it's easy for me to switch. It's easy for me to go over to another watch company, and I'm not looking for loyalty from the owner. I'm looking for wherever I'm spending my money on. I want to feel that I'm getting my money's worth.
Exactly.
Anything else is a bonus. If you get to, like, that's one thing I can say, man. Tang, I actually reached out to him on Instagram, responded just like that. I responded just like that. And who on this panel can say that you reached out to A.L. Lalo and he responded back to you?
Never.
That's a big fact zero.
Never. Yeah.
It's not, and it's like, dude, and I hear this, well, he's not a people person. He's not this, he's not that. And I've met him, I've talked to him before, and you know what I'm saying? And I have my own opinions of the guy. But at the same time, Invicta's not just competing with Aragon anymore. Invicta is competing with a world conglomerate amount of watches out there. They were considered to be a ripoff of Rolex off top. So they already got that going on. But now you have, I'm not even going to name. So I was looking at, what was that? They got a number of Omega homages in their collection. They have homaged everything. And it was like, they just made the Tissot. It is the spin image of the Tissot PRX.
What's the name?
It just got Invicta on it. I just saw that watch.
AliExpress.
Bro, that's my point. My point is this, bro. My point is this. If you so desire to go over to Invicta and spend $150 off the Invicta store, that's your preference. I'm not here to shame you or anything like that. Cause if you love the brand, you love the brand.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, for me though, man, I am going to, like I said, this watch right here, this watch was $499, right? Sapphire crystal, forged carbon. It has a Miyota 9133, the power reserve, and it takes elements from like some of the big brands, like I'm gonna say Breitling. Breitling puts out an amazing watch. The leather on the thing is beautiful. So theirs may be like blue on the top, but theirs is yellow, and it has the same type of vibe going on. A lot of attention to detail. Plus, you have like quick release on. Like they thought of everything for this watch for you to enjoy it. And if you're a race car or like just a car enthusiast, this is something that, and there's only one left too. If y'all trying to get over there and buy you a Zellos, man. Now I don't get no promotions or pay for that, but hey, I'm just saying there's only one left. It's the red one. So those you guys that got a red car or black, that red and black, it'll go. Like if you like Night Rider or something like that, you better go over and get it because it's gonna sell out. That's one thing I'm just telling you, right? I'm just saying, I'm not trying to bend nobody arms. I'm not an influencer. I'm just a guy on YouTube, man, just talking to you right now with some headphones on. You feel me? So my thing is, for those that are head over heels for Invicta, and you're just catching up to what's going on, they folded. That whole Invicta family thing, that's done for. Yeah. Now, if you jump into the groups, again, you got Invicta 757, you still got Invicta Holic still going on. You got Invicta Worldwide. You got Invicta, what was it? It's a bunch of them, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And again,
that won't die.
You got Flossin. If Flossin is not an Invicta group, They just got Invicta collectors in there. You got to go over there to see the vibe.
Right,
you know
right. He'll tell you. He'll tell you that too.
Yeah, man.
Hey,
You
listen,
got night
you know,
owls. You got night owls too. You know what I'm saying? This man is a part of night owls or whatever. So, but here's the deal. Here's the deal.
You can post anything on our group. You know,
right, man.
And
like,
you know what? It might come a time we might take Invicta out of it the way it's going. You know, I mean,
look, 95% of my collection's Invicta, and I love every single one of them. The other 5% is probably Aragon and my Disney stuff. But I don't feel that they're gonna make the watches that I liked.
Right.
They're gonna move on from that.
Right.
I mean, when I look at all my watches, especially because, you know, I've been out of it, so I'm doing a lot of battery changes. I'm like, man, I got some good stuff. You know what? I don't see them going that way anymore. And that doesn't mean I hate the brand.
Vic, I agree with you. I
love them. I love this Blue Label excursion. I love everything in front of me.
I think we are seeing the end of Invicta right now as we speak, in my opinion.
You know, they just, you know,
I can't get the
direction they went down, but not for me.
It is a shame, you know what I'm saying, that you had your core collectors, man. And I can honestly say that, you know, that's what I appreciate about independent and micro brands. You know, I was looking at was it Mike that represents Christopher Ward, right? Dude, that man, if you go to one of those shows, be it he goes to Minutes and Hours as well as Wind Up, and I don't know what other shows he goes to. He was at DC District Times. That man puts on the show. That he is the Capitone of like, man, he is so passionate about like the brand, you know. And then you look at the watches, and you like, for those that are like, okay, I'm used to spending a certain dollar amount. If you like at a $300 to $400 or $500 your max, you can't get one of these. You can't get a Christopher Ward unless you buy a secondhand, right? And somebody who's willing to let it go at that price. But if you're going to buy a Christopher Ward brand new, I would say that's something that, like, go and listen to him.
Yeah.
Allow him to explain the watch to you. You know what I'm saying? And
nice.
There. Yeah, that's the one that got Salida 200.
Yeah. You Trap. You was there when yeah. If somebody was trying to sell me this for 700, I want to get it for 200.
Yeah, that's a nice piece. That's a nice piece. One thing about micro brands, one thing micro brands struggle with is those bracelets. That's where I see different levels of finishing. And you know the thing too. That's the one thing that we were talking about as far as tariffs is concerned, because like the tariffs will, like, because a lot of, like, you can have a watch built here in America, but like they're ordering all their parts. That this is going to be interesting to see what happens in the next less than 90 days. You know what I'm saying? 80 plus days or whatever. I don't know. That's another thing too, is like even with, I don't know, we're talking Invicta. Shoot, a lot of their parts come from over there. Like, so right.
You talk about made in America, okay? The thing is, there's a difference between made in America and assembled in America.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
Yeah. Exactly. Because the Hyundai's like that. I just saw a commercial, and I have a Hyundai, and that was built in Georgia, but it said it was assembled in Georgia.
Yeah.
Right.
So you're right about that. And you know, because they're just, I don't know if people see the new car commercials now, because they're trying to, you know, with the tariffs, and they're saying,
you know what else big? Go to China and see how many American products are in China. You know, if we was to go to China, let's see how many American products are in China.
They don't, and see, that's the thing, is they don't like their communities, man. Like, from anybody overseas, like how much, like, we do services. People buy our services and stuff like that, but like our product, like, what are we putting out that other people are buying overseas?
We can, but
we don't.
We rather buy it because China's so much cheaper because of their labor laws. You know, we buy stuff from China, but we can make everything that we buy and use right here in America.
I couldn't imagine.
That's the whole thing. You know, we import
everything.
Parts, okay? Everything. We import the parts from overseas because it's cheaper, you know, buying them overseas.
Right.
You bring them here to America, and you assemble it here in America, and then you sell the product for 4 or 5 times the actual price of what you actually paid for it.
Right.
That's with anything. Okay.
And that's been happening since like forever.
Right. So that's something. Now you take a watch, okay? Every watch out there that I am aware of, not every watch that is out there, but every watch that I am aware of. Any company that tells me is made in America is actually assembled in America. The parts they receive from overseas, okay? Because we do not actually have a parts manufacturing company here in the States to make the watch parts.
Right. We don't.
Okay. So if we want watches made in America, now we got to get companies, manufacturers companies, and we got to get the tool and dies and everything like that to make these little parts. Oh, by the way, these tools and dies, you got to make them in America too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you can't buy them. Let me get the equipment from overseas, bring it here and make my parts. But that means you made the parts in America, but you made it on equipment that was bought overseas.
Yep. So yeah, that's
okay.
dead.
So if you want
dead.
something 100% truly made in America, all the parts, even the screws, have to be made in America and assembled in America in order for it to be American made, unless you want to put a percentage on there, like with Swiss made watches. Okay. Basically, the watch, all the parts has to be made in Switzerland, like 62% of the watch has to be made and assembled in Switzerland to have the Swiss made moniker put on it.
Right.
Now, if you want to do that with American products, you can do that, but again, you're buying this stuff.
And it's funny. It's funny how the rules don't apply to America. So, like, if let's say if 60% of an American watch was built here, but like you know what I'm saying, like 40% came from overseas, like nope, it was built here. I'm like, but isn't this an American made watch? Nope. But you can do it.
It won't say made in America. It won't say made in America. Yeah.
It's like
that's just the truth. That's just the truth.
There are many parts being made with U.S.
Take forever.
This is the biggest issue so far. Now,
what's that, Joe?
It's going to take forever to be able to say it was actually all made here. We don't have
Right.
But here's the deal. I know there are companies that have been working feverishly to get that done, because you do have a lot of stuff here, man. You got jewels and sapphire crystals being made here in America. I know in South Bend, there's a company up there. I think they do mainsprings. Like there's companies here that can do maybe 60% American made, but like there's other parts. There's like the main part. They're the main parts that they need, right? They do here. You know what I'm saying? So, but I know that they're working feverishly. There's some companies, and I'm waiting to see this. It's crazy that there were some companies that I had ran into that I talked to in the past that, this is an idea that they had, and this is well before. I'm talking about, we're going back maybe a year and a half before this whole tariff situation, right? Mm-hmm. And I am like, I am interested to see, could it happen? Could we have in the next year or so? Could we have an American-made watch? That one would be like, that would be crazy, But like, I feel like the price is gonna be like crazy, right? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Especially if you're looking to have it done within a year. Now, here's the thing on that, okay? Anything you build here in America, watch, we can use a watch as an example. You need to come up with a name now. Okay, you can't build a watch here in America and call it a Seiko.
No, you can't. You're right.
Okay, so you have to come up. You got to turn around and come up with your own American name for that watch company. You got to register it. You got to trademark it.
Oh, that's easy. We call
it like Timex. Ain't Timex?
No. We'll call it the J. Jones. There we go.
And then every part you make, every part that you make on the American equipment to assemble this watch, you have to patent each piece of that watch.
Yeah.
Biggest issue I
Right.
see here.
You can't just grab the pieces. I got all these pieces made in America. Let me put it together. American made watch, but then somebody's going to come around and sue you because you never patented.
So Randall Rob said, biggest issue I see is there are so many brands all trying to do it themselves. We need manufacturing to happen that sells to the brands. It has to be contracted out.
Yeah. But you need those contracts for those people and stuff like that. Has to be here in America. Because you still run into the same issue.
Go lay down. Go lay down.
Hey, so I'm curious though. All right, because even with that, right? Just going off what he just said, how many people from Switzerland are lining up to buy an American-made watch? How many people from Japan are lining up to buy an American-made watch? You know what I'm saying? Like
they look at their quality as being superior to what we could make, because number one, we do not have the manufacturing experience that they do of putting out that particular product.
Well, I'll tell you this. If it does happen, if it does come to light that we have American-made products and you put a $3,500 price tag on it, bruh, that's gonna be crazy, because think about this. Yeah. When you hitting that $3,500, man, we all know or have recollection of the brands that's out there. You could buy a pre-owned Tudor for that price, right? Depending on Joma shop, if they feeling generous, you can buy a Panerai, you know what I'm saying, at 3,700, you know what I'm saying. So if you are making a chronograph, an American-made chronograph timepiece, I know that watch is going to be expensive because a chronograph is expensive in general. Period. Right? Be it German, be it Swiss made. Oh my gosh, dude, that thing is expensive. So if you're asking, let's just say anywhere from $25,000 to $5,000, and it's American made, man, how many people you think from America? I mean, from overseas, it's like people from Africa, you know what? I got to get that American made, man. I remember bro, that's a wrap. They're gonna be like, get out of here, bro. We're not doing that. We're not doing that.
You guys that are using your phones right now to watch YouTube and stuff like that. Nobody here got an American-made phone. Okay, the cameras that we use, the camera that I use, is not an American-made camera. My camera that I take on my trips is a Canon, not American-made camera. Okay, and as far as I know, since the 21st century, I haven't seen a camera made in the U.S. at all.
Look, Godfather, where is Canon made at? Where is it?
Japan.
Okay.
Yeah, Nikon's made in Japan. Pentax in Japan. Yashica is Japan. Hasselblad, that's Germany. Okay, we do not have a camera manufacturing, plant whatsoever here in the United States.
Yeah,
if you have a Samsung phone, that's Japan.
Yeah, that's raps, boy. Like my TV, Samsung. My TV was made of
right. I got an LG TV, which is the basic TV.
The iPhone
I made here.
The LG is Japan. The iPhone is made in China.
Yeah.
Okay. So none of this stuff is made.
What did he say?
Like I said, Godfather, if we was all to go to China or Japan, how many American products you think we will see over there?
None.
You ain't gonna see none, bro.
Zero. They make their own stuff. Zero.
Yeah.
Unless you brought it in with you.
Right.
And guaranteed, if you brought it in with you, it wasn't American made to begin with.
Yeah. Hey Rob, I agree with that comment, bro. I agree with that comment. Ain't nobody because there are too many options, man. And I know this without a shadow of a doubt that even let's say the tariffs did hit, right, and everything went up, and there's companies that are charging. And for those that just got in here right now, if you are a Sugis or Seastern fan, right, and you're buying from the company directly, they posted, and I got this news from a collector earlier. They posted that after May 2nd, they're not going to be shipping to the US.
Correct.
And my question is, who's going to follow? Because like that's going to affect everybody that has been on the AliExpress sale.
Right.
Oh, that AliExpress train that, and then what happens to the YouTubers that their channels are based on, you know, that's all they talk about is AliExpress hauls and all the affordable options, because people can't go out and spend $2,000 to $3,000 on, you know, a timepiece. And then these, like, again, 80 plus days, the tariff thing, like that, like how he postponed it, that hits. Then we're in a situation where your Christopher Ward goes up, because this company's, like Mark said, I'm not swallowing that. I cannot swallow that extra cost and then be profitable. You know what I'm saying? So the customer has to take a hit. And like for those of us, like I said earlier, for all of us that's on the screen, everybody that's in the chat right now, anybody that's tuned into this or watching, if I doubt you make it 2 hours, because we've been on 2 hours, but just say you fast forward to this point, there's nobody good. Like you can be done. You're like I have enough watches to I don't have to buy another watch for the rest of my life.
Same here.
I don't have to buy another watch for the rest of my life.
Jones. Like, you got it. You're excluded from this conversation.
Yeah, you're excluded, sir. You're excluded.
Well, you know, let's look at this here. YouTube. Okay. Now, YouTube is owned by Google. Google is an American multinational global company, which basically means it's owned all over the world. So it's not strictly American owned.
Right.
So hey.
I mean, and that's where we are right now, man.
Yeah.
I think this was a hey, it's funny. We're supposed to be doing
good conversations.
Yeah, we supposed to be talking about, you know, state of collection. We show watches, right? We all show watches. Just to satisfy. Since we haven't showed a watch in a while, let me show you this Vincianico again. I'll show you the watch that came from. Everybody just throw your watches on the screen so we can satisfy. And this isn't clickbait, just in case somebody want to make it to the end of this.
Hey, Godfather, here's one. Godfather, you got this one.
Here you go.
Yeah.
Hey, hold up, man. I got something that y'all ain't got though. You know what I'm saying?
What you got? What you got?
I got that shattered glass right there, boy.
Yeah,
boy. Yeah.
You right. I ain't got that one. You right.
Why you do that, man?
What you talking about? What you talking about? Yeah, so everybody had look, I appreciate everybody that came up, man. We gonna land this bird real quick, man. Everybody that was in the chat, I appreciate you, man. I will give the most spiciest person in the room, actually in the chat, man. Big ups, man. Appreciate you so much, and that is the reigning and defending champion of battles, and that is Kamon Lee. Man, that man is spicy. I still have your comments like living rent free in the back of my head, bro. But
hey, Trap, if I could say something real quick, man, I appreciate you going live tonight on Sunday. You know, I've been texting you and hoping that you get back to this, and I appreciate you going live and giving me an opportunity to join in and chit chat with everybody. So thank you.
Yeah, no problem, man. No problem.
Seriously, thank you.
No problem. And that's one thing I do want to just say to all of the people that's watching. If you decided to, you know, subscribe, I appreciate it. If you just want to just breeze by, that's fine. I hope you found some value in what we talked about tonight, man. But this is what it's all about, man. The lifestyle of watch collectors, people that you got some veterans on here, you got some workers, man. You got like everybody, and then you got a man with a raspy voice over there. Hey, you got a guy that's not even supposed to be on the screen. Get up out of here, man. Bye.
Every time you do that, that shit cracks me up. I love
it. Hey, you know I had to give it to you, bro. I had to give it to you, man.
Hey, back to Vic, he gives me the hall, so you know.
Yeah,
so love, bro. So love.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, man. And this is the time where I always give it to my friends and family up on the stage, man. They're no longer guests. They've been here already. They've been inside the refrigerator and got a beer out without my permission. They gone about their business.
I got apple juice.
Well, yeah, that's right. You keep your hands off of beer right now, bro. Like,
I can't right now.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Invicta for giving us the time that you gave us. You know what I'm saying? This video has been sponsored by Invicta Cologne. Get you some while it lasts. Because when tariffs hit, Invicta's done.
No, they got 2 new ones out. You got it. They got 2 new ones out now.
Damn.
Is that the new one, JJ?
Like, damn.
Is that the one with the helmet top?
Yes, it is.
See, JJ got the new ones.
I got them all. There's not an Invicta cologne out there I don't have.
Of course you got
that, it. JJ, what you got? What's that?
That's the adrenaline.
Hold on. Let's see.
Yeah, JJ's living in Invicta's stock room.
For real, bro. Like, he ain't got no room. He's like, everything is right. He's like, hold on, let me get it right here.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's a dope bottle, though. That's a dope bottle.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool, Jerry. That's very cool.
He said JJ is a room full of watches and watch boxes, man. It dudes everywhere. Yes, sir, man. God, dog. Hey, that's dope. I will listen. I will give it to Invicta for design. Invicta, you put out some of the wildest designs ever. Whether you love or hate them, bro, like they do that. It's just unfortunate. You just stop caring about your customers, man.
They damn sure did, man.
Man, you know what? The video will come out.
Reruns, man. I'm watching reruns.
It's titled Life After Invicta. Or like the R. Kelly, Surviving Invicta. I think I like that better. Yeah, I like that better.
About an Invicta and microbrand battle. Do that too.
Oh, there you go.
Oh yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. Did someone say cologne? Yeah, hey, we did, bro. We did. I know that man, his cologne collection is crazy. Come on, cologne.
Yeah.
Battles. We are going to have a battle this year, man. And there's one young man that reached out to me, I want to say 2 weeks ago, and he's like, yo, bro, I still got some inventory. I still got some stuff in. Put me up with somebody, man. So I'm going to put this out right now. We got one person that wants to battle, and we can have it any way you want it. It could be Invicta versus micro brands. You can bring in your major brands. You can bring in Tissot versus Hamilton. Seiko versus Grand Seiko, you're gonna lose. But at any point, you got to bring your A game, though. You know what I'm saying? Because I will explain battles on how this thing works, because you can't just put up a watch and just expect somebody to just be like, oh, that's really nice. You better bring that thing to life. You know what I'm saying? Right. And that's just what it is, you know. So once we do that, all right. I really want to build up to what I was trying to do about a year ago. Is we do have a reigning and defending champion, and if he wants to come out of retirement and battle somebody, you know what I'm saying, I have to hit him up. You know who you are, sir. You're in the chat right now. Then you guys have to build up to fight this guy. It's almost like Battle for New York. You know what I mean? Like the Def Jam.
He's 6-0, right? He's 6-0.
Hey man, I don't know. He's
he's
the under. You know what? Kamon is the Undertaker, bro. Like,
yeah.
Like, bro, this dude was like smacking everybody. Anybody that came, bro. We had a 3-way battle, man, and he smacked everybody, bro. At the end of the day, I was like, man, that's crazy, bro. So, 25% of Invicta profits are from JJ. I believe that, and then I'll say at least 22% came from Invicta Bama, because they were going neck and neck at one point. These two was.
I mean, the battles are fun. I think me and Darren were the only ones that have a battle at Godfather's house. So, and that was epic. That was epic. That was epic.
Yeah. So, okay, we're gonna end right there. We've been on for 2 hours and 13 minutes, man. That's been a long time. I ain't done this in a minute.
It's fun.
I appreciate you came on.
Yeah, no problem. Is the King Python cologne any good? Hey, that's a question for who has the King Python cologne?
Me.
AJ.
Is it good?
All good.
All right, he said it's all good, man. So if nothing else, you can I will say that. I will support that. I will buy Invicta cologne because I do have a number of colognes from Invicta, and I'm gonna tell you something. For the price, them things do smell pretty good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Get that thing, boy. The ladies be like, "Ooh, what is that?" And I'm like, "Get off me, ladies. Back up."
Crazy, you crazy.
Yeah, so yeah, we're gonna end it right there, man. We're gonna stop right there, man. Hey, I appreciate everybody that has come in and contributed to everything, man. My whole panel, I appreciate you guys. If you want to stay up behind, you know, we do our talk thing. If you want to go, if you gotta go ahead. Matt, what's up, Matt? Thank you for a fun night. I appreciate you being here. Thank you, Eric Mack, Nerd with Swag, Risk for Ignorance, and Watchdog, and everybody. Come on, the champion, respectfully. Everybody, Randall Rob, respectfully. Everybody that has jumped in here and said something, man. I see the lightning strikes already. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, thank you guys. Love you all. And until the next lightning strike, y'all be blessed. You feel me?
Yeah, buddy.